Credit cards and payment apps. This is something that's become more important in many practices, particularly with the pandemic. Our audience member asks, nowadays, I can't take payments in person, but may let clients use apps like PayPal and Venmo to pay fees and retainers online. Are such payments allowed? Using these apps to pay fees that you've already earned doesn't trouble me, but taking retainers through PayPal, Venmo, or ordinary credit cards does trouble me. Again, we come down to the difference between services rendered and payments on future work. When you're getting paid for services you've already rendered, that's your money anyway. That goes into your operating account. We don't have to worry about complying with IALTA or the trust provisions because they're never going to hit the trust account anyway. So if a credit card processing company or a payment app were to take a processing fee out of the funds that hit your operating account, that's perfectly fine, perfectly ethical. The problem deals with future work. Rather than place unearned fees into your attorney trust account, services like PayPal take a small percentage to cover processing. Regular credit card companies do the same thing. With PayPal, the money actually goes into a PayPal account, and you have to then transfer it into trust. This isn't any different than placing unearned fees directly into a personal bank account. You're bypassing regulations designed to protect client deposits. You're commingling your own funds with those you have yet to earn. The rules require you to protect client funds by putting them into trust. The PayPal account is not a trust account. The only place a client's money can go is to the trust account. There's no exception for PayPal, Venmo, or any other online service, nor is there any grace period provided for those who would later transfer those funds directly into their trust account. Once funds are placed in your name and not in an attorney trust account, you're breaching your duty to safeguard client funds. So if the funds hit your PayPal account and you get hit by a bus tomorrow, before you had a chance to transfer that into trust, suddenly all that money is part of your estate. You can see the complications that you have because you've actually not safeguarded the fees in a trust account. Even if you have funds deposited directly into the trust account, not all the funds are going to make it there. These services deduct processing fees from the client's payment, as well as fees for any rescinded transactions or chargebacks. These are business expenses which your firm should pay. You can't take them from client funds in your trust account. So PayPal is fine for paying fees that you've already earned, but don't trust it with retainers. Now, I've had many questions from people who swear by Venmo and certain other payment apps, and they will tell me they don't ever charge any fees. I don't even know how they make money, frankly, but they will put money directly into your trust account without taking out any fees. There is no separate account like PayPal and this sort of thing. The bottom line is this. When you're managing other people's money, do you want to try to jury rig a payment app that's not really designed for this application? Or do you want to use something that takes IALTA compliance into account? If it were me, and it has been me, I'm going to go and put my trust in IALTA compliant processors like LawPay or LexCharge. These are services that are designed for lawyers. They'll put 100% of your client's money into trust and take their processing fees from your operating account. This eliminates any commingling of funds, ensures that retainers go directly into escrow, and it prevents your clients from paying fees that should be borne by your firm. I know what you're thinking. Can I pass these charges on to my clients? Ethically, you can. Provide for it in the retainer agreement, and you can then nickel and dime your clients with these charges. But I don't think it's a particularly good business practice. People don't respond well to getting nickel and dime. I would consider it a cost of doing business, particularly today. We've had the pandemic when clients cannot come into your office and physically hand you a check, and even when they can, most millennials don't even know how to write a check. They may not even have a checkbook. It's a hassle for them. Everybody nowadays pays with plastic, and your firm needs to get with the times and take plastic, but take it in a responsible way. Sign up with an IALTA-compliant processor. If for some reason you don't feel you have enough business to justify the setup or maintenance fees for one of these services, then go ahead and use the payment apps for fees you've already earned, but don't trust them with your trust account.